Away from that, a heated debate has ensued in Parliament following the tabling of the Budget Policy Statement report by the Budget Committee, which estimates the 2024-2025 budget at a historic high of 4.188 trillion Kenyan shillings. Division arose on how the allocated 12 billion Kenyan shillings for rural electrification was to be divided among constituencies, as well as why NGAAF was left out when the Ng-Cdf got 8.8 billion Kenyan shillings. Our reporter Felix Ewanjala provides that report.
The National Assembly proceedings were on the High Budget Policy Statement, which was discussed by the members of the Parliament as concern raised about the allocated 2.9 trillion shillings in revenue target, which the members of the Parliament failed to agree on.
The budget that we have set in terms of the ceilings is a budget of Kenya shillings 4.188 trillion.
I would like them to come clearly on where are we going to generate these funds.
The money that will be raised will come from our own revenues raised locally from taxes. And I say that because we are fond of passing things without looking at the other end of the stick.
As Kenyans continue to struggle with the high taxation mode by the government, members of Parliament have supported government's plans in tax collection.
We have enhanced Ng-Cdf by an extra 8.8 billion shillings. An average of 30 million per constituency. We have enhanced the budget of Parliament by 2.8 billion Kenya shillings, Honorable Speaker.
The same way or in the manner in which Ng-Cdf was quite clear. That is how we expect as county MPs that NGAAF must be quite clear.
The legislators were also divided on how the 12 billion shillings, which will cater for the rural electrification program, will be allocated among the 290 constituencies.
We have 12 billion shillings more for electrification. Honorable Speaker, we thought it is not our domain as the Budget Committee to know how it will be shared, and therefore it's upon our members to decide.
In Nairobi, we don't get our fair share of rhetoric.
I will differ with my friend in Nairobi that many constituencies in the rural areas don't serve 20 people. That's an insult to the rural constituencies.
Education and agricultural sector dismissed the allocations despite the security sector getting additional funding.
After a lot of suppression, instead of agriculture getting 410 billion shillings, they have been given a paltry 63 billion 200 million. We need to focus on agriculture in order to grow. If we don't focus on agriculture, it will take us a lot of time.
But you realize defense is taking more than even education.
I'm not convinced why we would be having a shortfall in capitation for primary education and free secondary education, and we are providing an extra 12 billion for national security intelligence.
Now the discussion is set to pave way for the start of the money bill, which will face rejection from Kenyans who have decried the high taxation. Felix Wanjala, News Outlook, Tandao TV.